Hello, it's Farhan here. So it's been just over 4 weeks since I started using the Mannatech TruHealth weight loss program, set of products and supplements. They have a satiety capsule that helps with managing the appetite, and from what I understand, it kind of helps the cells burn more effectively, so then you get more energy and so you're not as hungry. There's a TruHealth Cleanse product that I've been using that basically is a bunch of alkalizing greens that helps to clear the liver and detox the body. And there's a TruHealth shake that I've only really had a few times over this past month, but it's got a whole bunch of good stuff in it, lots of gut-friendly bacteria and plant-based proteins and all the good stuff that your body needs. So I'm gonna attempt to start taking it every day, which I should have done, but I was just trying to get through what I could with what I had, and it was just one thing too many. Like, I just needed to focus on trying to get sort of stable quality food on a regular basis that fits the criteria of what I've chosen to focus on. And so overall, the first 2 weeks I ended up losing on average about 4 kg. And then the second 2 weeks, I basically have been stable. So, maybe like point something of a kg in fluctuation, or like a few points of a kg in fluctuation. And so that, for me, it's not really noteworthy. It's not significant enough to kind of be classed as weight loss or fat loss. It's more like water fluctuations possibly, or time of day, or whatever it is. So anyways, as it is, the second 2 weeks, I did actually go off plan a bit. The first 2 weeks I was really strict and I followed everything to the letter. And then in the third week, I ended up eating some fried food. So I had some chips, I had some fish, had some fish fingers. I'll have to go through my food log. But I'm pretty sure I ate off plan a few times. It wasn't just once, it was on 3 or 4 different occasions. And it was just to be clear, it was by choice. I did choose to do it. And I did it specifically. Well, the first time I did it, I was like, I want to see what would happen if I just have one meal that's not compliant to having a low-fat plant-based whole foods meals. And so then once I'd had it once, I was like, oh, well, I've already this week messed it up a little. Let's just have a little bit more. And next thing I knew, it's I think it was 3 or 4 days that I'd eaten something that wasn't sort of compliant in that regard. And that week I made negligible change in weight. And then this past week, I actually ended up feeling really weak. So my guess is I wasn't eating enough. I think that's what it was, part of the challenge. I didn't have enough density in the foods I was eating, and I wasn't eating anywhere near enough calories because I felt so weak and run down and exhausted. And then I just got desperate to eat something of substance. And I ended up, even though I didn't the week before, this week that just passed, I ended up eating meat. And I had fish the week before, so I even had tuna mayo and cheese sandwich, I think, as well. But this week that just passed, I was like, no, I need meat. It's not enough. I need something really dense. And I think it's just from not eating enough carbohydrates and potatoes and rice, and just not being able to eat as much as my body needs as fuel. So anyways, I ended up, this last week I really did just go all out, go to town, as they say. I ended up having some pizza, I had some lasagna, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, but like that's so good for you. Like it's not so bad. It was a vegetable lasagna, but the cheese and the gluten and the pasta and the pizza dough and like just the thing is, I was so exhausted. I was so physically weak that I was like, I need to do something to address this. And on top of it all, which was probably more the deciding factor, I was in a lot of physical pain. My feet were hurting really, really badly. I went to the podiatrist and ended up scraping off a lot of dead skin. And I'm sure they're not completely related, but there's probably some correlation. But I basically was in intense pain and agony, and like my feet were just hurting a lot. So, anyways, I was like, okay, let's just put that to one side for now. Let's just focus on getting some energy back, some strength back. And so that's why I was like, okay, well, let's just take a major refeed. I know that if I eat loads of pizza, then usually the day after I kind of perk up a little because I've had so much carbohydrate. And so anyway, that was the working theory, but also it wasn't just about carbohydrate because I really did want the cheese as well. And so, in conclusion, that second week totally went out the window as well, like in terms of progress for weight loss. However, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I did have probably 70-80% of the meals during the week were all like good meals, low fat, plant-based whole foods. So the lesson is I'm not going to completely rule it out. If I want to feel, if I crave something or I feel like eating something, then I have a choice, right? I can choose to eat it or I can choose not to eat it. And as long as I'm not making that choice every day and I'm not doing it every day and I'm not doing it out of some emotional pattern or trauma, but just like there's a craving for something. And like the thing is, cravings tend to like, so it was really interesting. I didn't have the true satiety, the true health satiety. So in the beginning, I was taking it twice a day, so before each meal, and then in the last week, as I was kind of running out and I hadn't ordered my replacements yet, they hadn't been delivered, so I was like, okay, let's just do 2 per day. So that just means for one meal. So before a meal, you take 30 minutes before the meal, the Mannatech TruHealth Satiety capsule. And then it's meant to help with appetite management and stuff. And so I wonder if, because I was taking half the amount, maybe that I wasn't getting as much energy, and therefore hence contributing to the feelings of tiredness and exhaustion. I'm in no rush to test that theory and kind of try it again. But I do need to wait for my order to come through before I can get back up onto, 2 doses of True Health Satiety, like before each meal. So 2 capsules before each meal. So 2 doses in a day. So anyways, in order to help with the pain management, I've decided I'll increase my Mannapol for now. And then once I get more tubs, then I'll probably increase Mannapol and Protos Life. But I've also decided to add in other things into the sort of shaker. So I've added in some blueberry powder, and going forward I may try to add in some mushroom powders as well. I'll have to see what I can access and what I can get my hands on, because I have it in jars, but some of those jars have been like really filled with condensation, and therefore the powders are all a bit stuck. Just a bit hard to get out, but anywho. So, the long and the short of it is, if I follow the protocol religiously, everything works, and I'm consistently burning fat, and my mass is changing in size, and I'm coming down in weight. When I don't, then it stalls. So, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'll be following the program a bit more specifically as it should be done. And also, I've made the commitment I'll start taking a shake a day as well. Just to kind of see what difference that makes, and also to see if it changes how I feel. And so, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and also, like, finding out tapioca flour and gram flour, so we can make more sort of flatbread style things. That I think makes a huge difference. Having those then really does help in terms of filling the appetite and the tastes and textures. But let's see how this week goes. I'm gonna recommit, as it were, today for another month and just like follow through as best I can. And there's no like right or wrong, there's no good or bad, there just is what there is. So let's see if we can't make more health and arrive on the other side with healthier options. And so, yeah, that's all for now. All right, have an awesome day. Bye.